Happy Thursday, everyone. So I was going to, our call tonight, was going to be Melanie, and she was going to speak about gems. I think I mentioned this last night too on one of the mentorship calls. But I decided to change it up because I feel that many of us need to learn how to create our vision, or we're struggling with creating our vision and our why. So for the mentorship calls that we've been having, that's what that's our assignment for this week. And it's creating our vision and creating our why. And so I was actually asked to speak on two calls this week, on Monday and Tuesday, about the same thing. And so lucky me, I only had to put together one presentation, and I've been kind of sharing some of the slides with the mentorship calls. And I felt like it was necessary for me to go over this with the team. And so that's why I wanted to, move Melanie till next month, as opposed to having her tonight. Because I think that this is important, because if we don't know what we're working towards and where we're trying to go, then there's nothing that is going to motivate us to get up every single morning and do the 4 vital behaviors. No questions asked. So if you got that clear, I'm telling you right now, there's nothing that's going to stop you from helping at least 3 people every month, because that's clear. You know what you need to do to get there. So that's why I'm going to take tonight to discuss that. I want to open it to the team to I'm going to give you a call to action at the end, and I want to open it to the team if you guys have any questions, to basically, this is your opportunity to do that. And then before we start, I want to congratulate everyone who has helped at least one person this month, but especially our 3 coaches that have helped 3 people already and have achieved Success Club. And those 3 people are Ada. I just got to say something about Ada real quick. She has been planting seeds galore, right? We talk about being farmers, which is really, really true. Like, we have to be. We have to be dropping seeds. We have to be planting them. And she is relentless at doing that. She always comes back with the story. She's like at the supermarket, or she's walking her dog. She's always talking to somebody. She is not afraid to talk to someone. She is not afraid to form someone. She's amazing at it. And this is why this month she was a Success Club 6. Like, gosh, I feel like it was like the first day. So congratulations to, it felt like that. Congratulations to you for doing an amazing job, for never stopping, for always pushing. It's amazing what you do.
Thank you.
Congratulations to Amy, who on her 2nd month as a coach.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Amy.
Yes.
Where is Amy? Let me see her.
Amy is right there. She is already a Success Club 6, and this is her 2nd month. So one more month and she will be earning her free ticket to Summit. So amazing work. Keep going. I love it. And Maritza, this is her 3rd month. Oh, yeah. So she has earned her free ticket to Summit. Congratulations, girl.
Yay. Thank you.
That's a big deal. We're going to all have a great time at Summit next year. I'm excited. We had a great time this year, but it's going to be even better next year, because we're going to be bigger and better, right? So congratulations, Maritza, for being consistent. And actually, this is a tough month for Maritza and her husband. And she's still, pushing through. So that's commitment right there. Congratulations, girl. So let me share my screen, and my presentation's up. So hopefully it won't crash, guys. Me and my computer skills are not good. All right. Look at that. It's already crashing. I think it's already crashing. I hope not. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, you guys see it?
Yeah.
All right. So this is the presentation that I put together. So I'm just going to go a little bit I think everyone here kind of knows me, but I'll just go over, this stats about me. I'm a wife, been a wife for, I think it's 7 years now. Yeah. Been with Jorge for 11 years. We met in college. We didn't date in college, and we got together 10 years after that. I'm a mommy. You guys know who Matias is. You see look at that. It's acting weird, right? I think it's going to crash. Oh my God. This happened to me in one of my presentations. Hopefully it won't. All right. Anyway. Oh my goodness, guys. It's kind of weird. I'm going to close it and then I'm going to reopen it. Why does it do that? That's so weird. So weird. I closed everything. Maybe I should close everything. Hang on one sec. Hang on, guys. I'm going to close everything. Maybe that'll help. All right. Let me share my screen again. All right. I'm hoping that that'll fix it. I closed everything, so I hope that. And yes, I know it's time for a Mac. I'm answering those thoughts. All right, here we go. So, former HR generalist, working crazy hours, 50 to 60 hours a week, underappreciated, overworked. Many of you know that feeling. I am also my family's secretary. It's a big joke, but it's super, super true. I'm the one that, kind of does everything for my mom and my dad and, step in whenever my siblings need me as well. So with being a mom, a wife, and, kind of juggling being the admin for my family, it's a lot of work. But even with all of that, I am a full-time Beachbody coach. And to me, that's a blessing. That's a blessing because that's allowed me to be home with Matias past the time that we had scheduled for ourselves. It was going to be when he turned 3. He's 3 and change now. And thank, our Lord that I don't have to go back to work. And the most important role that I hold is that I am the daughter of our King. So, all right. So I'm going to jump right into our vision and, what and how I define vision and how you guys can start to put yours together. I know that the ones that, our mentorship coaches are reading this book. It's called The 12-Week Year, and that is the assignment for this week. So many of you, already have it together and, know what in the world I'm talking about, but you may still be, struggling with writing it down. So I wanted to share my vision, guys, and my why so that you can see why it is that I've made it my non-negotiable to do what it takes to make this business successful. And, in order to make this business successful, we have to help people, right? If there's no people involved, we don't have a business. So my definition of vision is a future situation that you imagine, hope for, dream about if things were very different from the way they are. So I'm not saying that your current situation is not ideal. I'm not saying that your current situation is not great. What I am saying is that wherever you are today, if it is great, a vision is greater. All right? That's what a vision is, a future situation that you imagine, hope for, dream about if things were different from the way they are now. That's what a vision is. So as I speak through these slides, I want you to start to think about your own life, where it is today and where you want it to be. As I speak about my experiences, I want you to, think through things that you've experienced that, my story bring you to, and how you want to use those to create your vision, right? And to create your whys, because our experiences in life is what gets us there. So there are many different types of visions, but these all make up your life vision. All right. So your life vision should consist of, and not everybody's vision is going to look the same. It's personal. They're personal to you. So they can be fitness and, fitness related. They can be business related, financial, family, relationship, and faith. Fitness, obviously, simple, right? It's what we do. I want to lose this amount of weight. I want to have, this much body fat. I want to gain weight. I want to be this size, I want and if it's fitness and nutrition and health, I want my cholesterol to go down. I was diagnosed with being pre-diabetic. I want to control that before it gets to being diabetic, those kind of things. Business, it can be Beachbody business, or it can be whatever other type of business that you have, or it can be both of them. In terms of the business, what do you have for vision? And for me, for example, I want to be the type of coach. This is what I have in my mind. This is the type, and it wasn't like that, guys, when I first started as a coach, like not even close, because when I just started, what I wanted from this business was to pay 2 bags of Shakeology. That's it. And my $205 that I invested on T25. I wanted to make that back first and then pay for 2 bags of Shakeology. I was already feeling bad because I was incurring an extra expense for Jorge. And, I was a stay-at-home mom at the time. Matias was only 8 months. And I knew that I already felt bad because I've always brought in income to my family. Since I was 13, I was making money. And so I just felt like, I got to do something in order to make this money so that he doesn't have to spend, 2 bags. So now my vision is I want to be recognized in our Latino market as someone that, I was freaking afraid of public speaking. You would never catch me on a stage, not alone, not even on a call like this, right? And that through personal development, through developing myself and my mind, I've been able to, get better at these things. And I want to make sure that all of our Latino coaches and every coach on this network that connects with this opportunity is able to say, if someone like Gabby, who was afraid of all these things, can do it, so can I. That's what I want. And so you have to paint your own vision, right? Financial, it can be, I want to make this amount weekly, and then that goes, and for me, that changes every time I hit a milestone, that changes. So it can be, I want to hit this amount, per month. My new monthly goal is to hit $10,000 in a month, right? So I want to make sure that you guys have these visions. I want to make $200 a week. I want to make $500 a week. I want to make $1,000 a week. So you have to set them, weekly, monthly, yearly. Family, that can be, I want to have kids. I don't want to have kids. I want to get married, whatever it is. A relationship, that can be the relationship that you have with your hubby, with your kids, with your friends, whatever. You make those own. And then faith, right? The type of relationship you want to have with God. So that should make up your bigger vision of your life. If you don't have one, then don't expect for Beachbody to work for you, because that is what's going to drive you to work Beachbody, because Beachbody is going to be a vehicle to accomplish these visions. It's not going to be the other way around. So if you know what you want in life and you know where you're going and where you want to go, then you are going to utilize this amazing vehicle and platform to set goals and activities that are going to help you achieve your visions. All right. So now I'm going to talk about why. The vision and the why they go hand in hand, but they're not the same thing. All right. So your why is your purpose, is your cause, and your belief. All right. It's the reason you get out of bed every morning to do what you do, whatever it is that you do. The reason you push when you have doubts, when you have fears, when you have rejections, failures, criticism. And I want you to know, because now we're talking about, Beachbody. I'm going to take it to Beachbody for a second. As a Beachbody coach, as a new coach, so we have, a lot of new coaches now, and we have coaches that have been, on Team Advent now for over a year. And those same the doubts and fears, they're going to remain. They're going to be different, right? They're not going to be the same. However, they're still going to be uncomfortable. They're still going to hurt just as much. It doesn't matter at what stage in your Beachbody journey you're on, they're still going to, you're still going to face them. But what's going to help you push through them is knowing what your why is. If you don't, then at the sight of any of these, you give up. You give up and you're done with Beachbody because, it's too hard to do, or I can't handle it. It's, I just can't do this, right? So if you know what your why is and your vision, those are the things that are going to help you push through these. And I promise you that I confront these at least once a day. All right? So I want you to know that. The reason people connect with you and are inspired by you, what sets your soul on fire, and then your why is different than what you do and how you do it. So your why is not you being a coach, and your why is not you selling challenge packs. That's not your why. Your why is not even helping people live healthy, fulfilling lives. That is not your why. Beachbody's vision is not your vision either, right? We support it because we're coaches, but we have to have our own personal vision and our own personal why, because that's the only one that's going to drive us. Carl's vision is not going to drive you. It has to be yours. And while we support his vision and we are in it, 100%, you have to have your own in order for you to, be willing to get up every morning and invite people and work out and eat healthy and push through all those rejections and do the things that we do at personal development. So I'm just going to give you an example, how you lead with your why and how you lead with what you do. So to some of the coaches on here, this might sound familiar because we discussed this yesterday, but so I'm going to just give you an example. So as opposed to saying something like, hey, I'm a Beachbody coach and I help people lose weight through using, Beachbody programs that are amazing, and Shakeology that is, super yummy and has, over 70 superfoods, and it has this and that and the other, and you give them all this chemistry that it has. Do you want to join my next challenge group? That doesn't connect with anyone. Think about it. Would that have connected with you? Right? So you have to be honest with yourself. If you're telling someone, I'm a coach, I will help you lose weight, and I use Beachbody programs and their nutrition plans and their Shakeology to help you do that, and a challenge group, do you want to help? Do you want to join me? That's not going to connect with them. What will connect with them is you telling them your why you started this. That's as simple as it gets. So you share your story. That's what your why is. So how do you do that? I'm not going to go through my whole thing, but it would go something like this. I remember when my son, I was home, my son was 8 months old. I was going crazy because I had no adult interaction. It was just me and my little one. And I also knew I had to do something, not only because I was going crazy. I've always worked all my life. And while I enjoy, being home with my son, I also knew that I needed to be doing more than just that I could do more. But I also knew that I didn't recognize myself every single time I saw myself in the mirror. It wasn't the same Gabby. You know, I had let myself go because now I had become a mom and I had to find myself. You know, I couldn't lose the weight, the post-baby weight. I didn't want my husband to see me. Every single time I went, you know, shopping for a family affair, I just felt uncomfortable. I felt unsexy. I felt, you know, I didn't feel myself. Like, you know, it was a different person, and I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. And then I saw, you know, one of my friends asked me to join a accountability group, and I joined because I was desperate. And when I was there, I realized that that's what I had been looking for, you know, all my life, because I hate going to the gym. I don't even know how to use those machines, right? You see where I'm going? I'm telling a story, you know, and people are following me because I'm telling them my story, how I felt. I'm telling them exactly my heart. So that's what you want to do. And then you clearly want to finish your story by telling them how you had great results and how you didn't want to keep that to yourself because that would have been selfish. However you do it. Don't try to be me, just be you, the way you would tell your story. But you lead with your why. And that is how you connect with people. That's how you invite people to join your challenge group. That's how you invite people to join your team. All right. So I just wanted to make the differentiation between vision and why. So your why is not a goal, because a goal is quantifiable, right? A goal is what you set in order to reach your vision. So your why is the reason that keeps you fighting, though, to meet that goal, right? That's the only thing that's going to remind you those days that are hard, those days that, you know, you get a lot of no's, those days that no one responds and everyone ignores you and people unfriend you and people tell you off and people hang up the phone on you. That's your why. That's what's going to keep you, you know, it's going to help you to keep it moving pretty much, right? Your goal will help fulfill your vision. So remember that. You have your vision, you need why you have a vision, and then you need goals that are going to help you achieve that vision. So there's a difference, but they all go hand in hand. So in layman's term, vision is what you want and where you're going, and why is why you want it and why you want to go there. All right. So that's the simplest way to put it. Where are you going and why do you want to go there? So now I'm going to show you my vision. And then I'm going to break it down into my why so you can see how I did it. These are some of them. You know, I couldn't actually fit more here. Could have done a second page, but I just wanted to give you some examples. So my vision is financial freedom. It's time freedom. Retire Jorge from his corporate job, own a second business, own a house with a huge dining room table, big backyard, travel more. I want to leave a legacy for Matias, and I want to pave the way and pay it forward to our team. So now I'm going to show you how I attach my why to each and every single one of them. And I'm going to share with you my why to each of my visions. So financial freedom, it's not because I want to have more money and go buy more shoes I hate shopping, by the way. But the reason I want financial freedom is to give freely to my family. And not only to give freely to my family, but because the Bible says that we should give back to the extreme poor. We should take care of the extreme poor and the widows, right? And I know that if we have more money, we're able to do that. You guys know, many of you guys on this call know that early this year, in January, God put something in my heart and in Jorge's heart to give more. We've given before, but not the way we've given this year. And we are blessed to be able to do it. And we are, you know, honored that we were chosen to do that. And we feel good too. It feels good in your heart to be able to do that. And, and you guys know we're building 3 homes in Nicaragua. We're almost done with the second one. We're, super excited about it. And we know in our heart that we're going to fulfill the third one by the end of the year. And I just know that we're blessed, thus far. Like, God has given us everything we need. We don't need a bigger place. We have, an apartment. We have a roof over our head. We have, we have clothing. We have what we need. We have food. We have love. We have health. God has already blessed us, excuse me, with what we need. But I know that if we have more, we'll be able to give more. And that has been in our heart. And I know that, God will continue to bless us to be able to do that. Time freedom. Since I've been a stay-at-home mom, and when I experienced, Matias getting sick, and I remember one of the times he was sick for about 2 weeks, and they couldn't determine what he was until they told us is that he has mild asthma. And, they had all these tests going, blah, 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 2 weeks. And I realized then that I couldn't give up this freedom. You understand? I knew that I was blessed. Why would I give up this freedom to go work for somebody else? Why would I give up this freedom to be, to go and build somebody else's time freedom, basically, right? And financial freedom. Why wouldn't I do it for myself? Why wouldn't I bend over backwards for myself? The time freedom that I've experienced being home with my son is like no other. And I know that it allows me to spend more time with him. It allows me to spend more time with Jorge. And so I know that this is what I deserve, and this is what I want for the remaining of my life. I want to retire Jorge from his corporate job so that he can experience the same freedom that I have. Because every single time, like for example, today, Jorge was out all day. He came home to change because he had a dinner, and it was like a formal dinner. So he came home, changed, and then left. And Matias was so upset because he didn't want his dad to leave. He wanted his dad to play with him. And every single day that happens, he wants to play with his dad. And I know that if Jorge was home, he'll have more time to do that, And so I want to be able to gift that to Jorge and Matias so that they can have more time with each other. So that's why I want to retire, Jorge and from his job so that he's able to spend more time with us, spend more time with Matias, and for him to experience what I experience on a daily basis, to use his time as he pleases. The owning of a second business is to obviously create more freedom and to replace, Jorge's income and salary that he has from his corporate job. Owning a house with a huge dining room table. So let me tell you why. So I came to the States. I wasn't born here. I came to the States from Honduras when I was turning 8, and I was raised in a 1-bedroom turned 2-bedroom apartment. It was my 4 siblings, my mom and my dad. So it was 6 in a 2-bedroom, 1-bedroom turned 2-bedroom apartment, and it was tight. It was super tight, and I can remember when my mom would celebrate our birthdays or we had the holidays, and we could not sit. We didn't have a dining room table. And we would sit in the kitchen table, and it would be like 2 people at a time. And I always, since a little girl, wanted a big dining room table so that all my family can sit together and have a nice meal together and pray together and give thanks together. That's why I want a big, dining room. And I don't want I've never been into big houses. They're beautiful, but it doesn't do it for me. I just want a big dining room. That's it. So I could fit in a big dining room table in there. And I want a big backyard because then you can entertain more, right? Travel more, because I feel that, we've done it. We've done some share of traveling already. We've been blessed to be able to experience that. I want to be able to bless Matias with the experience. And also I want to just keep seeing firsthand the beautiful world that God has created for us. I want to leave a legacy for my son. So many of you here might have the same feelings. And my mom and my dad made a lot of sacrifices to get us here to the States. And many people sacrificed many different things in order to make that happen. And so I'm very conscious of that. I'm very grateful for that. And in that, my parents did the best that they could with the resources that they had. And I'm thankful for them. And in those experiences, like I said, they did the best they could, but sometimes those decisions weren't the best decisions. And so today, I have to worry for my mom and my dad every single day. And I don't want my son to ever have to worry for me one day in his life. So I work hard so that I leave a legacy for him, not the other way around. And then I want to pave the way and pay it forward to every single one of you guys on this call, because I want you guys to experience freedom. I don't want you guys to stress. I've spoken to many of you guys. I've seen many of the reasons why you joined to be coaches. And I don't want you guys to be tied down to debt, to stress, to other people's times, right? I want you guys to create your own freedoms. I want you guys to be able to do whatever it is that you have the desire to do in your lives for your families and enjoy it the way it's supposed to be enjoyed. And so that's the legacy I want to leave for our team. I want to be able to, pay it forward to anybody that connects with this experience, believes in this opportunity, and knows that they belong here. So that's the way I connected my vision and my why. So now you see why every single day I wake up and I love what I do, guys. I went to sleep yesterday telling Jorge, I love what I do. I got off of 2 mentorship calls yesterday, and just hearing the visions from the coaches, it just warms my heart. And I love what we do as coaches. We change people's lives, but at the same time, we change our own lives, and we change the lives of our families and the lives of our teams. And so even when I'm sick, I push through it to work my business. So just like, our challenge group that is going to be starting soon with Core the Force, right? What are you willing to fight for, guys? What are you willing to do on a daily basis to take your life to where you want it to be? Sometimes we daydream and then we snap ourselves out of it and we say, no, that can never be me. But why not? It's there for a reason. You were daydreaming because that inside of you is telling you something. That's like your desire inside. That's like your gut feeling telling you, you should try that. You should do that. You should go for it. Why not? So what are you willing to fight for? And I feel that if you don't know what you're willing to fight for on a daily basis, you are not going to be willing to wake up 1 hour early to do a power hour or go to sleep 1 hour later to do it. Because there are days that you are going to be exhausted, and you're going to say, I'll do it tomorrow. And then tomorrow comes and you're going to say, well, I already missed yesterday. I'll just start on Monday again. And then that turns into a week, and that turns into a month. And then before you know it, it's October. So what are you willing to do to turn your business around and do everything you sent me when you became a coach a reality? So my last slide is, do you have any questions? And I'm now going to open it up to the team so that you guys can share or ask away if you have any questions. And I want to make sure that you know the difference between vision and why, and the fact that if you have a goal, that goal is just to get you closer to your vision, right? So you have to break you have to set goals, right? It can be 3 goals or it can be 5 goals, and then you got to work towards those, and that's going to get you closer every single month and every single week and every single day, that's going to get you closer to whatever it is that the vision is. And sometimes I think that what paralyzes us is the fact that we're so afraid to set big visions because we're like, oh, we'll never do that. We'll never be able to accomplish that. Like, who am I to even think that, right? But we can do whatever the heck we want. Like, I mean, J-Lo comes to mind. She's from the freaking Bronx. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's from right here, from Casa Hills. And in her heart, she knew that she wanted to be famous and she wanted to sing. And people were like, she can't sing. She wanted to dance. She wanted to act. And she said, I'm going to do it. I'm going to show all these people, that I can do it. I don't care if people criticize me. I don't care if people, laugh at me. I don't care. And she did exactly that. You think that, but you see J-Lo now and you're like, oh, she's lucky. No, she ain't lucky. She worked for where she is today. And she had a lot of rejections, and we don't know what went on behind closed doors. We don't know the many tears she probably cried. Do you understand? But she did it. She did it because she was relentless every day, pushing herself to what she wanted in her life. And that's what I'm doing. And I want to know if everyone here is willing to do the same. And you guys have to make that decision. I can't make it for you. You guys have to just decide, can I do this for me? Am I willing to do this for me and my family? You are the only ones that can decide that. So I just wanted to make the differentiation because I think it's important. And the call to action, guys, is this. Today is Thursday. So by Sunday, I want, and it could be tonight if you already have it. It can be, gracias, ma. It can be tomorrow, but it's due Sunday. It can be all day Sunday. I don't care. I want you guys to share your vision. It can be 1, it can be 2, it can be 3, it can be all of them. I want you to share at least one vision and why you want that in your life. And I want you to share it on Team Advent. And I want you to go either live or in a video. I don't want it typed because I can't see your emotions. I can't see your pretty faces, your cute faces. I want to see you. I want to feel you. And so that's the assignment, and it's due on Sunday. Any questions? Any comments? Carolina has a question?
No, I know that my why hasn't changed. And I heard you speaking earlier about the objections and everything. And I saw myself almost giving up. Says, you know what? I can't do this, because people are saying no. But my why hasn't changed. What I did different this month is just that I just started making the calls. I put that fear away. I said, no, I'm just going to make the call, and who cares what they say? Like you mentioned earlier, I was walking my dogs and I called one person, and I was outside with the dogs for about an hour, and I got her to buy a challenge package because then the questions came to my mind, let me ask her this, let me ask her this. She's telling me that she's, the Weight Watchers wasn't working for her. And I said, what have you, so all that helped. So that's what I'm going to do different, is that I'm just going to pick up the phone. I'm just going to follow up, and I don't care what they say. And when I post, I don't care what people say.
That's right.
I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it because my why has not changed. Mm-hmm. I don't want my why to change. I want it's from my heart. I don't want my husband working a second job. I want the weekends for us together again. That's my big why, because he does take care of everything else. So we have our home, we have the roof over our heads, and thank God for that, so he ain't giving up his real job. He loves that. He loves that. But I'm gonna just, the same way I push through with my workouts is how I need to push through with my invites. So I really grabbed that this month. It's just, that's all I have to do. It's simple, and not to be afraid, and just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just do it.
I love it. Ida, Kim made a video today in the leaders page that he manages, and I can't remember exactly which word he used, but he said fear, I think it was fear and faith cannot live together.
No.
And everyone here at some point or another has told me that, they trust God and that God wants this for them. And if you believe that, with every strength of your being, then you cannot be afraid. And those two don't go together. And so what? You're right. So what if they say no? Mm-hmm. That just means not right now. And you can't take it personal.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You can't take it personal. So I'm happy that you started doing that, this month differently. And look, and it's because they see you posting, you've been planting seeds, and now you're just making the calls and you're closing them.
Yeah.
So that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Anyone else?
Okay, I'll share. Hi. So first off, before I even go into what we were asked, I want to go ahead and apologize to everyone on Team Advent. For the last couple of weeks, I have been drinking the Haterade by the gallonful, and in no way, shape, or form do I ever want anyone to think that when I say that I'm a hater, that it's towards anyone directly, or it's towards anyone's accomplishments or anyone's your own success. It's not on any of you. And from the bottom of my heart, if I've ever been on a call, or if you've heard me say that, and it's gotten to you, please don't ever take it personally. I'm not the type of person that hates people. I like to be liked. I think that's one of my biggest problems. I'm a people pleaser. I like being liked, but seeing how others were succeeding and I wasn't, I wanted to blame someone. And the easiest way was to blame those that were succeeding, when I really had to go ahead and look at myself and see why I wasn't doing it, versus seeing what you guys were doing to get ahead and then get inspiration from that. So I just want to start off and say that I really do apologize if anyone ever took it like, believe me, it wasn't against anyone personally. And as far as vision goes, we just came back, Matilda and I just came back from being in Pennsylvania with my family for a couple of days, like 4 days. And we live in the city, we live in the Bronx in an apartment, and she has zero space here. She has zero freedom here because we don't live in the best part of town. So being outside past a certain hour is not an option, And then over there, she would open the door and be right outside, and no fear, no worry. And she was the happiest I've seen her in a very long time. So for me right now, our vision, and I say our vision because my husband, also, that's what we're going for, is to leave New York and to move into our own house in Pennsylvania, where we have that freedom of not being afraid to go outside. The big goal is for all three of us to always be together, because it's heartbreaking to see your kid cry over her daddy not being with her. We went to different places in Pennsylvania, like on Thursday, and she was happy, and then she'd be like, but where's Papa? And that sucks. Like, you guys, I think most of you guys are parents and understand that's heartbreaking. I grew up with treasuring Tuesdays, because Tuesdays my daddy was off, and that's the best memory I have. But it was only one day that we got him, and that's not what I want for her. So that's it. I'm done.
Gee, thanks for making me cry. Thank you so much for sharing that. That was beautiful. We love you, girl. Anyone else?
Just want to make a quick comment that I can relate to Gladys, right? I'm saying her name right? Because my girls do the same thing as well. My husband works a crazy job, and the only time he's home is Friday, Saturdays. So it's heartbreaking because they expect Friday, Saturday for him to be here. So, and that's the only time. So I guess I share the same why as well. I want my husband to work less. I want to be able to help him out. So like that, he can say, you know what, I'm going to be home on time so I can at least tuck in the girls. Good night. So I definitely felt Gladys' story. But thank you for making me think of that, Gladys. I didn't want to think about any of that stuff, but I can definitely relate to her story.
Awesome.
And Gladys, I'm going to jump in. And I just want to say that I don't think any of us, and I think I can speak for everyone here, that I don't think anybody took your comments personally in any way. If anything, if there's anything I want you to walk away from this call is that we are all in this as a team. That's why we're called Team Advent, right? So when one of us succeeds, we all succeed. When one of us fails, we all fail. Because that's just the nature of this business. We're all here to support each other, and to hear your story. I mean, you're making me cry because I think we all can relate to the fact that I think our children drive us every single day. So I don't ever want you to feel that you're alone in your vision and what you want and how you're going to get there. You just have to reach out to any one of us and just say, I need a little help with this, or I need a little help with that. And I think everyone on this team is willing to extend a hand and help you in any which way that you need it. So please, if you ever need anything, just ask. Okay?
Yeah, thanks. Can you hear me? Thanks, Nilda, for jumping in. I actually have spoken to Gladys, so I know that I didn't want to be the person to respond to her comment. And that's exactly what I've told Gladys. I said, reach out to each member, whoever you feel comfortable reaching out to, and ask for help, because I am more than 100% sure that they will turn around and tell you what it is that they do. And it's nothing that she doesn't know, and everyone here is willing to help. Everyone here is willing to, extend a helping hand. But thank you so much for responding to that. Because I think she's probably tired of hearing me. So thanks for that, Nilda. Anyone else? One more minute and then you guys can go, even though we went over today. No? Cool. So by Sunday night, I want to see everyone's video or live. It doesn't have to be long. Don't give me duck face, Carolina. Duck lip, what is it called? I don't even know. But I want to hear it, guys. And you know what? I want you guys to take this away at least. So I ask everyone to add your discount coaches into Team Advent. And I want you to know why I do that. I don't just say that to give you more work to do. And I don't even tell them. I just add them, and what you can say if you want is, it's just an added group for motivation, for support. I want you to meet my team, how amazing we are. And the reason I'm asking you to do this, number one, is for yourselves, because it's important to know where you're going in life and why you want to go there, because that's what's going to get you to work your business every day, because your business is going to be your vehicle to achieve those things. That's it. But also because all those coaches that you have on Team Advent, whether they're, hobby coaches, because many of us have hobby coaches, or discount coaches, you know what's going to happen? They're going to be like, wow, you know, I didn't know that Kim did so-and-so for this. I just thought that she was selling Shakeology. A lot of people think that all we do is sell challenge packs, sell workout programs, and sell Shakeology. That's all they think. And that's all they know. And it's not because they think any less of us. It's just because they're not well educated about it, right? So I think that when we open our lives to them, to know that, you know, we don't work this business just because we want to, you know, sell a challenge pack and get commission off of it, but it's because we have bigger visions to reach and achieve. They're going to be like, wow, like I didn't even know. And some people are going to connect with your stories. And guess what? They might want to ask you that they actually want to come and join and help more people live healthy, fulfilling lives. Because at the end of the day, your vision is going to get, you know, accomplished faster the more people you help. That's the bottom line. So I know that that's what's going to do for all of our team. And I know that at the end of the day, we're just going to help more people meet their visions. All right. So thank you for jumping on tonight. Thank you for Ida, Gladys, Nelda, and Carolina for sharing. And congratulations to the ladies, Carolina, not Carolina Lopez. Carol. Carol's like Gabby. But no, congrats again to the ladies who have already achieved Success Club. Guys, rock. And let's keep, reaching out, guys, and helping people. Have a great night.
Okay, good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Night.